Alright guys, welcome back. FM eSports versus Publiclir. We've got a best of 3 here. Inferno is our first map, and this is the choice of Publiclir, so we've got FM on the CT side. I am Sprawl. By my side is Moses. Mouses? Mouses.
Yeah.
I'm just going to butcher that continuously, and I apologize for it. We are live in the pistol round here. It looks like Publiclir going for an arch side play. They're going to be wrapping this A-bomb site. And Windansky, fortunately for him, ends up getting a crucial frag onto Lincoln here. So, let's see how this plays out, as he actually, the fact that he got away when he was the only player there, and with a frag as well, works out great for him. Now on the retake, they're going to have to get through Ziddy, which is playing from porch side. He finds one headshot experience. Wow, goes down as well. So from pit, all left is the final member. 1v4, has to fend off all these swarming CTs. And he goes down. So stacking that B bomb site and playing the retake, big frag comes in from Windansky as well, and they're able to take the pistol. Nice round for them.
Yeah, definitely. Windansky staying alive in apartments was the key there, in my opinion.
Yeah, big pickup, as certainly only playing one player at the A site, especially if he goes down right away. That retake scenario, much different.
Yeah, almost impossible then.
The fact that he gets a frag and then stays alive and then just kind of creates that question mark of where did he go and where should we be looking out for him, and then obviously the retaking CTs, the rest of them come into play. So now Publiclir, they're not opting to really buy up in this round. Maybe a couple upgraded pistols, Downey with the Tech 9. They're going for an apartments play. And do you like this? Do you like the pistol armor on the second round like this, or do you like what they're going for right here?
I like the pistol armor, usually, especially with the close quarters in the apartments. The Tech 9 obviously is very effective there.
They are going to be able to find one frag as they come out of the apartments, and Niels and Hoey ends up getting one after in the post-plant situation. They found some decent spots on this T side, and that got two players in pit, one near the truck, Ziddy up in apartments. And this retake, they actually don't have a kit. I didn't realize that. Without a kit, this is actually a little bit stressful here as... No, what am I saying? They all go down. The Pro 90 and Miss Wepper getting that final frag, so they end up retaking and only losing one. It's a nice, though, Publiclir, considering they didn't invest very much. They get a frag and a bomb plant. Not too bad.
Yeah, they should be able to AK up here. And going up against a UMP and a P90 and two FAMASes, I should see Publiclir taking this round. But FM played that great. They waited and grouped up together, didn't overextend individually and get picked off. It was really nice, actually, retake.
Now Windansky, the only one left with, he's going to have to pick up that fallen UMP, as Niels did upgrade to an M4A1S. AK-47s on the T side, as they're going to be nading down Banana, actually taking down Weber to 50 HP already. Aw, he's playing a Banana with Ziddy behind him, and Weber lets out some spray, but ends up getting fragged on the retreat. Now we'll see if they're able to bust into the site or what they opt for. Cryptic's just dropping that smoke will slow things down a little bit. On the opposite side of the map, we can see Publiclir have kind of extended their grasp. Lincoln already up near the balcony. And for the CT side, they've got Mike S. and Windansky both playing at top mid. So believe it or not, he could actually come out of apartments without anybody noticing. But obviously, we see a little bit more than they do. But with a man down, do you like the way they're playing this aggressive play in mid? Or would you like them to sit back more passively?
I like the aggressive play, especially with the advantage from the guns. The one thing I'd like to see is Aw start working Banana more and hold those two guys there while they actually work up. And he might actually hear a rotation here after they see the apartment play.
Yeah, one frag in two apartments.
They're rotating a third over at Banana after they didn't push after that kill.
There we go. So Mike S on the quick rotate here. He's going to be spamming through the smoke as they're heading into front sight. Cryptix doesn't get spotted as he's playing the first set of oranges, but only one for his effort as the defense all falls. It's left down to Windansky, and he has looked solid thus far. We'll see if he can take this retake. He does have a kit in hand. Has a Molotov as well, and there's some interesting things he can do with that. We'll see if he chooses to kind of pull off one of these players from their first location, but actually it's going to be Ziddy who feels his wrath as entering in. He does take down that frag down. He left in a 1v1 here, and Windansky not able to get it done. So Publiclir, they're able to clutch in their first rifle round, and that works out well for them.
That really came down to them just having AKs over the lesser firepower of FM. Even with the stack, they were just able to slowly clear everything out and take people on one-on-ones or one-on-twos in their favor.
Yeah, not the weapon you're looking to have. Was the first frag was a P90 that went down in top of Banana for the CT side, and yeah, against AKs, not what you're hoping for. Now they're gonna force up, at least minorly force up. We've got a couple on the CT side with armor. Weber's got a kit as well. 3 of them not going with armor, though, just kind of sticking with nades. So they have invested enough to kind of slow this round down, being that they've got multiple smokes, multiple flashbangs and such. Windansky playing top mid with the help of Mike S. He's going to have Niels coming around as well, and they've got another smoke for top mid. Cryptex and Weber playing the B bomb site and playing it very passive at this moment. Weber still with a smoke in hand, so it's 50 seconds or a little more than that left in the round. This is actually working out to be a decent situation here, as they don't have another smoke for top mid, but here comes the pressure. Windansky with one, Mike S with one as well. They both end up going down, and a bomb site will now be contested by the T's on the rotate. Weber leading that charge. He's got Cryptex and Niels with him. Niels peeking in from library. Hasn't spotted anybody out as of yet. We'll be able to grab a Galil onto Cryptex. I don't think he actually... Oh, he will realize that he's got that. So, picking up from truck side here, they're going to have to go all as a team. Takes down one. Ziddy with another. Niels now left in a situation where he might be able to actually go porch side and maybe... No, he's not going to be able to grab that Galil.
Yeah, they're going to exit together.
Yeah, they're all going to be exiting together at top mid. Niels poking his head out, but we'll head on back. And
he's going to die with the bomb.
I'm not really sure why you would do this without a kit.
Yeah, I think it was just the fact that they're going to be buying him next round. So him holding on to that 5.7 is sort of meaningless, although it would be kind of nice.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting play there. Maybe he thought he had picked... I have no idea. Because I know Weber did have a kit in that round, so maybe he thought he grabbed it, but he definitely
even with a kit, he wouldn't have had time.
Yeah. Whatever it was, it happened, and now 2-2 the scoreline. We can see Famas on the field for Niels. It's the only weapon that's kind of not exactly optimal, although see if we can do some pretty things with that. AK is obviously on the field for Publiclir.
Yeah, I would have actually liked to see Neil omit the head armor and pick up a flash there. Something a little bit more useful for him in this round against AKs.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, especially like you had suggested against AKs. They're going to tear off your head in one shot anyhow. Doesn't really make a difference whether or not you got armor there, but Ziddy goes down from the get-go. Cryptic's able to put him down as he aggressively tried to peek in towards the B bomb site. So nice pick off as now they're rotating back over towards A, and fortunately for the CT side, they've got 3 of their players ready and waiting. Mike has from top mid, Neil from the porch side, and Windansky's found a nice angle at truck here. So see how long it takes for this execute to take place. They've got 3 in back halls right now, so I imagine they're going to be flooding out of apartments. Here comes that smoke grenade, and they are going to be heading out. First one out is Lincoln, and he loses his life to the dynamic duo in pit. Niels gets another one. Experience, though, opens things up as he grabs 2 of those frags, finally able to refrag. Mike S, though, playing very passive inside of sight, but Experience on a tear right now. Finds 3 frags, creates a 2v2 now, bomb being set, but retaking from Moto. Experience looking the wrong direction, now leaves Downey alone, and the positioning will be better for Weber as he grabs that refrag as his teammate goes down, but is able to clutch nonetheless, and now 3v2 the scoreline.
The pit player actually throws like a really nice smoke onto the balcony there that bounces off and smokes up the entire entrance for the terror squad, so when they jump out, they're completely blind. It's actually a really nice, like, almost one-way for the CTs.
Yeah, it worked out well for them, as like you were saying, yeah, they're completely blind until they are midair, and at that point,
exactly, yeah,
not a heck of a lot you can do unless you've got a Tech 9 and you kind of stop your movement midair. That you've seen some crazy shots before, but with rifles in their hand, AK, you're just hoping for some randomness.
Exactly.
Looks like we might see a quick B play here as they are sending 5 of their players up immediately. Incendiary will slow things down. Actually, I'm not sure if that was a Molotov or Incendiary. Nonetheless, the smoke grenade comes in. Weber actually playing a one-way. Puts damage into 2 of them. But will lose his life in the process. Neil will be on the quick rotate to try and provide support. There'll only be Cryptics left at site B, but now Niels will be coming to help out. We'll see if they opt to actually go for this bomb site. Another smoke
That
comes
one
in for the
way-
CT.
I was gonna say that one way is just so well known now that it's almost useless. You most likely will always get traded out at this point with that one way.
Yeah, unless you get that first shot in or first couple shots in, get a headshot and then fall back like we had
Yeah,
seen there. He sprayed
that's the
and
only thing.
got damage on 2, but yeah, there's only kind of one place that they're going to be looking once some shots come firing, but here comes the pressure. Niels actually pokes his head out, spots that they're heading on up. Nice flashbang comes in. Cryptic's not looking to peek with it, but Mike S on this quick rotate now will provide a 3rd player in. Experience has made his way all the way through construction. Niels not expecting it. Cryptic will get 1 on bomb site B as they're going to be forcing the issue here. He gets a 2nd. Mike S now left in a situation where he pushes the smoke and gets 2. That definitely salvaged the round here. His experience left in a 1v2. He's got no time at all. And he's going to be grabbing the bomb, but yeah, he's not going to have enough time to get this. And if he goes down after the time he does, ooh, experience will have $300 going into this next round. Not what you'd want, as at that situation, I don't know, some people might say you'd want to just kind of find your way into a situation where you're either forcing the issue and finding the frags, or you're just dying before the time comes up. One of the two, but leaves himself open.
That's a rough situation to be in. Definitely with a couple seconds left in a known spot.
Experience, though, did open up that round as he was found his way through construction. Found a nice frag on Niels, but Cryptics and I believe that was my guess coming through the smoke, able to make a lot work. And now Publiclir will be on, or Publiclir. I always screw that up. Windansky, though, first frag on the round goes into Lincoln as he tried to push up aggressively in apartments. No other players with him. So maybe seeking a little bit of information, but being that they've got a full nade set on Downey, I imagine there's a plan for this round, and he probably wasn't supposed to peek out that quickly, but nonetheless, the round continues, and they've got 3 of their players working top mid, but just providing a lot of audible feedback that they're in this location now, rotating back over to this B bomb site, kind of name of the game for Inferno, smoking off the CT side. We'll see if they're able to bust in. Weber and Cryptics ready and waiting to go through the fire and the flame. Weber with the first frag, Cryptics with a 2nd. Downey will be dropped and leaves Zitty in the 1v5. Will not be able to take down Mike S, although dropped him to 5 HP. 5-2 now as Publiclir. They found 2 rounds, and they were in a row, but since then, FM eSports kind of blocking off these bomb sites.
And those rounds were actually, the 2 that they have is because they had the superior firepower with the AKs against the SMGs and stuff. And then they took the subsequent round with the eco. So they have yet to actually get a gun round, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, we'll see if they can find any more luck here as Publiclir. Zitty will be pushed up a little bit in Banana, but aggressive play from the CT side in Cryptics and Weber. Smoking Incendiary down very, very deep. Provides some control for them, but heading out top mid are the T's. Gonna get aggressive towards Niels playing. Oh, wow, my guess. Huge spray down there. Ends up going down to that Tech 9, but big pickup as he tears down 3 of them as they push out top mid.
Yeah, I mean, just great spray control there. Great positioning as well. They didn't even check to the right at all. It was kind of, I mean, probably a lapse of judgment there. Maybe they thought a smoke was up. I have no idea. Yeah,
ended up just going all the way at Mike S, though, nonetheless. I wish I had a first person on him there, but I was looking at Niels playing arch side as I thought he was going to have to defend, but Mike S, big play, and now aggressive Banana hold once again from the CT side. Weber, they might actually be challenged here as multiple T's forcing the issue, and that's all they need. They don't care if they lose 1. The trade's in their favor now, heading to this bomb site B. Niels on the quick rotate. He's got Windansky with him as well. Mike S will be rotating in from Banana, but with an op. We'll have to kind of go a little bit slow as he's actually going to be smoked off completely. So he's going to have to go through the smoke. And Experience waiting on the opposite side of it. It's going to prove to be difficult. Niels, wow, dropped down to 38 HP as that HE grenade comes in, linking onto Windansky. So they're going to have to just fall back and save in this round. Publiclir finally taking another round where all started with the aggressive CTs at top banana. Well, some good exit frags, though, but still, Publiclir pick up the round.
Yeah, FM actually switched it up. For a lot of the rounds, they were playing very passive in the banana site, and that's actually the way that I would prefer to play it, and cheat a player over from A to B, because the time that it takes to get into B site is actually very small when compared to the A site, as the people have to come up the lanes. So you can always rotate the guy back if he's needed, but having 3 at the banana site passive is, I think, superior to 2 pushed up.
Yeah, I think there's some opportunities where sometimes you can get a different look, but they did that now 2 rounds in a row, and clearly their presence was known, and they were punished for it, now actually opting for 3 CTs on this bomb site, and they get aggressive at banana just for a split second before falling back. Mike S actually playing not the most aggressive angle, but still an angle where he can see top banana here if someone does indeed peek out, and thinking about it here as he's getting aggressive towards Carr and might lose his life as his barrel as a gun is spotted out by Mike S. Oh, he misses that shot onto Zitty, and I'm not sure how that was even possible. But he will get dropped down to 66 HP because of it, and obviously the AWP location is now known. And they can confidently call that it is at bomb site B, and that means a lot, meaning that he could be rotating back over to Arches, but at least for the meantime, won't be there. Experience peeking out on the truck side of A. He's got a number of terrorists behind him as well. Leading this charge, though, Windansky from pit. They're going to be a little bit slippery here as he finally takes down 1. They still have a player alive in sight as well. That's Niels. Finds 1 before going down. Windansky with a second as the bomb is going to be set. Just focused on getting it down. Zitty dropped to 2 HP, and this is going to be a really rough hold here for the T side if they want to take this round. Of course, very crucial that they do. Their economy riding on it. Zitty with a headshot onto Mike S. All left in a 1v3 where Windansky with his 3rd on the round, proven to be a very effective pit player and ends up clutching it there as Publiclir. They take 1 round, but they will now fall back into a loss. So their economy, like I stated, completely broken.
That whole round was actually like Neil. He threw 2 pop flashes and took away a lot of the attention away from Windansky and Pitt and allowed him to sit there, reload, take out a guy. They started looking at the site guy. He took out another guy with his back turn. So yeah, Neil, great play with his 2 pop flashes from site. That was great.
There you go, providing to be good support there as, they both work bomb site A very well. T side now, upgraded pistols on the field, Lincoln the only one with armor on his back. And they're moving aggressively up towards this mid-smoke, and it's not uncommon to just see a rush out of here, and it's going to be Windansky with 2. Mike S follows up after Zitty does drop Windansky. Mike S with the CZ75 leaves only Lincoln alive, and Weber will be able to get rid of him. So I'm surprised. They had a flashbang as well, so maybe flashing into that smoke. We've seen that a lot where teams just choose to eco up mid, and they'll smoke off top mid, but they at least usually drop a flashbang into it or something. But they had a flash on one of their corpses, but opted not to use it. So
yeah, that's like a big pet peeve of mine is like underutilized equipment. If you buy something, you should use it. Like if you get hit low, you should be throwing grenades quick because you just never know if you're gonna die. So all that stuff is a real big pet peeve of mine.
Makes sense to me. Wasted money, and then at some point you could even be giving some utility to the other team. So I guess we'll be swatted away as he's trying to work Banana with an AWP. Had an opportunity to throw a couple shots down, but nothing for it, as they've got 4 of the T's grouped up in Banana. Experience now going through Underpass. Looks to be grouping up with them as well, so they do have plenty of time left, but being that they positioned all of their players inside of Banana, that makes me think certainly we're going to see a B-side play here in just a moment.
Yeah, no presence at mid. I'm surprised that someone hasn't rotated over to the Banana site.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out as Experience looks to be just waiting for the smoke to dissipate, but no aggressive CTs from that A bomb site, so They don't see that mid's empty or anything like that, and if they did, they would be able to maybe cheat another player over, but through this smoke, it's going to be Weber and Cryptix able to completely stuff this play. Wow.
Great USP work by Cryptix there. It's such a hard gun to kill against armor, and he gets 2 of them.
Great play there as they try and force through the smoke. 2 of the first players actually with their back turned as they were just trying to utilize those flashbangs and not be blind themselves, and you can't blame them there, but playing very close to that angle. They're able to completely stuff it. FM eSports doing work on their CT side right now.
Yeah, I kind of expected this from them. I recognize a couple of the names. At least Neil played with Mal's a little bit. Wodansky and Weber, great players. So, plus it's T-side of Inferno, so it's hard for Publiclir.
Publiclir will have Lincoln coming out of Boiler right now. He's dropped down to 62. They have forced up armor on 3 of their players, and Experience opting not to take that route, but top mid control from the T's. Mike S playing from Library will be tested here in a moment as he gets the first frag in the round. They're going to be forcing up through Arches, though, and he hasn't peeked out again. He will actually take off the head of Awe. Coming through Library, though, Zitty finds a frag on him, and that's never a weapon you want to drop versus an anti-eco is an AWP. So Zitty now, huge threat as he's just poking around in CT spawn, but Weber actually tries to find him from that boosted up position in construction. Won't be able to find him, though, as sends some spray over, but just a little bit of a threat at this point. Heading back to this A bomb site, Zitty from Library, as he's got Lincoln with the bomb heading through top mid. So Zitty's going to try and open things up with an entry frag here, but they aren't peeking out at all, are the CTs. Windansky finally looking to peek out from Graveyard, but it's Lincoln to get the first frag on Niels. Zitty goes down with that AWP, and Windansky single-handedly stuffs that play, grabs the AWP. Publiclir left with just an idea of how they wanted to take it, but wasn't able to make it so.
Yeah, that site's so hard to wrap, unless you have a few people coming up the trap lane. It really is, especially because, I mean, you don't know if he's in pit, you don't know if he's in graveyard. They could have been in apartments, site. There's just too many places to look when you're wrapping that site alone or with one-on-one.
Couple players heading towards Banana here on this T side. Zitty leading that charge. They've got AKs across the board. Only 2 rounds left in this half. So a little bit left to sought after for Publiclir, as they're not looking to get into their CT half with only 3 rounds. They would like to get at least, obviously, optimal would be 5 at this point. Minimum would be 4. But Weber working Banana well will take down Experience first blood in the round, but they're going to be forcing the issue. Downey looking to get revenge as front of sight smokes come in for the T side, and they're going to be trying to find Niels, and they will be able to grab him as he's playing from truck now, wrapping around bomb site B is one of the tears. Downey will be providing another angle as Cryptix, aware of this, will be looking towards construction from New Box. They've got Weber and Dark Spot as well, and they've rotated all their CT players over, but Downey gets the better of Cryptix. Weber still alive at Dark Spot, will be traded upon, though, and Dansky goes down, but Mike S creates a 1v1. Now versus Downey, grabs an M4 as Downey very, very low. 25 seconds left on the clock. They're just kind of playing ring around the rosy. Downey does not have the bomb in hand, so he's actually opting to flank here, and that could be huge, but Mike S has the right idea with very little HP. Downey will get dropped. So FM eSports, although Publiclir made it close, another round for them, and now best case scenario is 11-4. Publiclir, not the T side they were hoping for.
Definitely not. Ziddy actually made a great play by sitting in that corner and waiting for the rotates that he knew were going to be coming in while his teammates cleared the site. It just obviously wasn't enough for them to take the round, though.
And now final round of this first half. Everything on the board, as you can see, only able to get a Tech 9, and honestly, so many Ts so lit early on. Even with full HP, we've seen difficulty in this scenario, so Experience down to 1 HP. Lincoln goes down as he's able to get 1, but only 1. Heading up from truck side, Zitty looking to get a little bit aggressive here. Experience, wow, it's peaked out as well, but down to 1 HP. They're going to be wrapping Arch side here. Weber has the right idea as he's spraying towards the smoke. They're going to be playing the side of the smoke here. He only gets one, though. Downey with that frag. He's going to get dropped, though, as Zitty comes out through Library. They've got one out truck as well in Awe. So Windansky will be tested from the pit, and he's able to put a little bit of damage onto Zitty, but creates a 2v2. Zitty as they're now inside of bomb side A. Coming in from two different angles, though, Cryptics and Mike S. See if they're able to find their 12th round, or Publiclir will be able to find their 4th, but one player goes down. Zitty now left in a 1v2, and he is going to be spraying a little bit, but found through the box. Cryptics clutches the round, 12-3 the score line, and that's a big score line here for the CT side of FM.
I think that was actually just a lack of communication on what was being watched. Because the second to last player, I don't know who it was on Publiclir, was just standing up on the box completely open to truck side while his teammate just watched the walk up. But I guess they weren't communicating exactly what was being watched.
Unfortunately, but I do want to turn you guys' attention to our giveaways, as we do have Luminosity GG once again hooking us up with a skin, P250 Muertos. As I can hardly say that, but I get it out. It is a minimal wear one, so if you guys want to get in on that, just follow them on Twitter, Luminosity GG, as well as Go RGN TV. Retweet that tweet talking about that giveaway. That's all you need to do, but you also want to bring up how we've got a couple new partners here at RGN. Zowie Gear, for example, hooking us up with some awesome peripherals, some of the best mice you can get on the market, and make sure you guys drop them a follow at Zowie Gear. But on top of that, we will be doing a Zowie Gear bundle giveaway with a bunch of awesome stuff. You'll see that spam in chat as it shows all the different gear that we're giving away, but it's for subs only, and it is during our grand finals. So you need to be subscribed if you want to get on that. But again, thank you to them. And on top of that, we do have Vulcan as well, some fantasy eSports. If you guys want to jump into their website, use the promo code GORGNTV, capital RGN. You can get up to $1,000 for free. They'll match anything that you put into their system. So definitely use that promo code. But we're live here in the pistol round, and we can see on the CT side, Zitty gets dropped down to 2 HP already as he tries to aggressively peek out mid. So big pistol round here, as it's not out of the realm of possibility to come back on the CT side, but it definitely all starts with this pistol round, and Zitty goes down, but able to refrag as he gets 2 of them from Moto. So now wrapping, are they going to go towards CT spawn? It looks like that is going to be the call, as Lincoln still alive waiting inside of CT spawn. Needs to come up big here as he gets 1 for himself, but traded upon, creates a 2v2 situation. Now very separated. Where would you like to see this bomb actually go?
Well, it looks like they're actually going to go A. And it's sort of what they need to do at this point, because they've cleared out the entire banana. And so they need to isolate Downey right now before the other experienced WoW can rotate. Actually looks like that's what they're going to do. They're actually going to throw a smoke over there to fake it, while Weber works at mid and pinches this guy, which actually is, I think, the correct play here.
Neil's going to get spotted from Downey as one bullet put into his chest, make it a second as he's down to 40 HP and needs to find his way towards the bomb site as he does have the bomb on his back. Here comes Downey, though. Weber needs to come up big as it's the only player with full HP. Niels just needs to play some headshot angles here. Weber not finding the shot he's looking for, as Niels will, though. It's going to be down to experience as he will lose his head. Niels with 10 HP. A triple kill on the round. Bomb plant to boot. Big round there from FM, and not necessarily completely shutting down the chances from Publiclir, but pretty darn close.
Weber actually forced his teammate into a 1v1, which I didn't like. They had the ability to 2v1 that guy at Arch and then take the bomb site, knowing that there should have been another guy at the banana site staying there. So I just don't know why he wrapped around truck side instead of pushing up Arch quick to help out his teammate. But I mean, it worked out anyways, so who am I?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, though, definitely. And Niels was brought down very low with no help of his teammate, but then he goes to prove with those final 2 frags, I don't need my teammate anyhow, so anyhow,
exactly.
13-3, round 17 underway, and Publiclir, obviously, they cannot play around. Lincoln already down, and Experience will be getting peaky towards Banana, loses most of his life because of it. and gets very little for it, as he gets a little bit of information, obviously, that there's a player there. But other than that, doesn't really get too many numbers, as Weber dropped down to 72 top mid control for the T side. You have 3 players on the CP side at bomb side A, and it's actually going to be Weber forcing a little bit of attention towards bomb side B, all with a big frag onto Windansky, as they've created player advantage with more frags. And wow, the CZ75s come out in style, and they're able to clutch the round, only losing a single member and getting plenty of rifles on top of that.
This was Publiclir's map pick, correct?
It was.
So, I mean, they have to have a reason why they prefer this map so much, and from what I saw, it obviously wasn't their T side. So I'm expecting a really good CT side from them right now.
And they open it up well after that pistol round doesn't go their way. Certainly wanted to see things go. Now, FM eSports, just with upgraded pistols, look to be getting a little bit of banana control coming in. Incendiary will split them in half a little bit, as with armor, you can kind of get away running through those if you have to, but certainly without, you kind of want to leave those alone. So it will dissipate, and a smoke comes down from the CT side, but still grouping up in a top banana. I believe this is the play we're going to be seeing here shortly. Experience and Lincoln both holding the site together, one from Newbox, one from Spindles. So a decent little crossfire as smoke comes off for the CT side, and Niels and Windansky leading the charge. First frag comes into the CT side. Experience with 2, Lincoln with 1, and Weber finds his way through the fire with 1 frag, but it's only going to be 1. As Publiclir, they're able to increase that economy even further.
Yeah, their use of Molotovs is really great. Although I would like to actually see them hold on to the first one instead of throwing it so deep at Banana. You can throw it at the top of Banana and hope that like a couple of the people run through and effectively like split them up. Because the biggest advantage that terrorists have is numbers on ecos, like 5v2 situation. So if you can split them up and get a 2v2 and then a 2v3 situation with guns, you're at a definite advantage.
Makes sense to me, as they get aggressive down banana here on the CT side. They've smoked way down deep, and Lincoln actually found one through the smoke. So Windansky probably a little bit frustrated there, as he did not see him at all, but nonetheless, it's a 4v5. Cryptics and Weber still playing on T-Ramp, looking to get a little bit peaky towards this banana real estate, but Experience and Lincoln still pushed up aggressively here. So we'll see if, they might just decide to go right through the smoke. A pop flash is going to cue them, and it's going to be all Lincoln Experience, though, as even with a nifty pop flash like that, if they're not actively peeking that smoke, it really doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, and at that point, they should honestly have one person just eyeing it and the other person sitting like in the tree, not even spotting the actual exit of the smoke, so that they can play a crossfire as they're running through, and to prevent them from both getting pop flash if that does happen.
Publiclir finding their way to 6 rounds. Nade coming down and actually doing next to nothing, as it was on its way, but hit the light post.
Wow, through the smoke.
Lincoln, once again, through the smoke, will find Weber. So, big frag to open up the round, and now where do the T's go with things? They've got a couple up in apartments right now. They do have control of that real estate. Windansky will be flashing out porch side, but Cryptics, I don't know if he peeked out momentarily, but will fall back. Is playing on the truck side, as well as Downey. We've got Zeddy playing on the arch side, and still very aggressively pushed down is Publiclir in banana. Experience and Lincoln, and they do not have, actually Experience has another smoke here, so they can lock this down even further, and that's massive for them, because at this point you could probably even smoke it and just rotate a player back. But they're actually choosing to just continue to wait, and it's actually Windansky opening up the arch side of mid, all with 1. Experience with 1 as well, as finally they opt to just push through banana. And I like the play, as the numbers were called, so they can know that they're not going to run into someone just waiting. Yeah, bomb down in a very awkward situation. Windansky losing his head. Niels now in a 1v3. And he's going to be heading towards this bomb site. Downey, though, with the right angle to hold. Drops Niels, and Publiclir well on their way to a comeback.
Yeah, they just got to take it one round at a time. They're doing great. They're building up a huge economy. So even if they do drop one more round, all that they'll definitely be able to buy the next round, and then it'll actually be good because then they can break their money and go off on another run without having to face like a heavily armored CT or T side rather for a couple rounds.
Definitely want to gain that bank to get that situation in, and they've pretty much made it there. City the only with $500 as needs some lessons on money management here. No, I'm joking.
It's because he picked up an auto sniper this round. Let's see this.
That's
They're
exactly.
pushing him.
That is exactly what's going on, as he is going to get pushed here and only gets one for his effort, and now giving away that auto sniper to the T side. We'll see. It's not most effective aggressive weapon. You can make it work, don't get me wrong, but we'll see how they decide to play it, slowing it down drastically on this T side after getting that pick, as they do have decent equipment now. They've got Niels with an M4 in hand. Mike, again, with that auto sniper, and he is going to find that first bullet onto Lincoln, but will get dropped thereafter. So Lincoln down to 38 HP. You can see how it doesn't really work out if you don't have armor and you only have an auto sniper, unless you're getting headshots. Ooh, Niels going down at arch side. So Lincoln
Such a great
finds another
pop flash
frag.
by his teammate.
Now Windansky and Cryptics left alive, but they will get fended off. So Publiclir, with Zitty going down early and losing that auto sniper, it was a little bit worrying, but that's the only frag they're able to get. And now 13-8.
Lincoln played that great. He got the pick from Library and then repositioned, and right before he peeked, he called out for his teammate to flash out. His teammate flashed out, and he peeked and got another kill. And so, I mean, that round was really held by him.
Yeah, Lincoln holding his composure, and some good teamwork coming out. Now they get aggressive down Banana once again, and this is great for them if they can continue to do so. And FM eSports not... what would you do on the T side if you could... Actually, hold that thought as we see a truck side push here, and looks like they're going to be coming out of apartments as well. So here we go. Zitty and All, though, getting the better of the first two, as it's going to leave Niels... Gets a frag onto Downey, as it is a 3v3 exchanges back and forth, leaves Niels in a 1v2 as he's dropped very low, 11 HP, and he does not have the bomb in his possession. He does have plenty of time to play with, but with experience peeking around from Moto now, actually just holding an angle. As if he does peek out, he's working a bit of an individual 1v1, which is not really what you want in a 1v2 like this. Publiclir, they want to work together, and even if one of their teammates goes down, the other one's there for the refrag. But here we go. Niels able to grab that bomb, and bit of a ninja-like play as Lincoln not able to do anything about it. So Niels, at the very least, does get the bomb planted, and in 1v2 with 10 HP, can't really ask for more than that.
Yeah, I mean, Publiclir purposely split up there and had one person rotate around. I think possibly in anticipation of him picking up the bomb, and then he has no safe place to plant because they can push him from either angle. That's the only reason why I think that they would do that. Besides, I mean, they kind of almost forced two 1v1s, which like favors the terrorists in that situation.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was worried about, but I think you're on the money that, for one, they didn't want to give him too much in terms of the plant, even in post-plant, and then on top of that, if he does get the bomb and tries to ninja over to B-bomb site, they have a player just waiting at arches. Maybe something like that, but...
Yeah.
3 players down Banana early for the CT side, and they're going to be rotating one out as Weber has been dropped down very low, and actually a couple of the T's dropped down. Neil's the only one with full HP as they're trying to peek out top mid here. Haven't been able to get a lot for it, though, as Lincoln kind of spraying back and forth with some of these T's in top mid. Finally, Neil's peeking out from apartments. Don't find anything for it as Downey actually tears his head off onto Cryptics. It's going to be a 3v5 in this round, falling apart as well. FM eSports, nothing working out other than the pistol round thus far. Weber finally with one, but only one. CTs have found that critical mass of economy. They are living the dream at this point.
Yeah, I'd like to see FM eSports like throw a couple fakes or something. Force a couple rotations. Try and get people in between rotations. Maybe that's what they're talking about now with this pause. But force a couple rotations. Catch out Publiclir in an awkward situation mid-rotation, or something like that. Work both sites instead of just working that fast mid control that they're doing. It's not working for them at the moment, and they got to switch it up.
One question I had for you, if you continually see the bottom of Banana smoked like that and them aggressively moving down, how do you combat that as FM eSports?
So you can work for like a very, very quick banana control with like a pop flash over, or you can try and wait it out and just work a mid pick with someone holding that smoke until that smoke's dissipated. Or you can try and pop flash through. A lot of teams, they'll smoke that off, and then they'll have like an op hold that smoke alone. So if you can pop flash through and just overwhelm that one guy or just get a trade, it'll honestly probably stop them from doing that in the future. But yeah, you just gotta like break through the one round of it not working, and a lot of teams will switch up what they're doing if it didn't work that last round. But yeah, it's a hard thing to do to get through that smoke.
And we'll see if they're able to find a counter to it, because certainly it's been working out for Publiclir. They've had banana control pretty much every round, and they're gonna have Zitty pushed up aggressively here, and this time opting without that smoke early on. So Zitty actually is holding an angle, and I believe Downey with smoke grenade prepped will be eventually smoking down Zitty with the opening frag, though, as Weber goes down, and now they smoke about halfway down. So not the same control that they've been going for, but mid-control here from the T side and FM. They have top mid real estate, but smoked off his arch side. That nade will drop experience down to 43 HP, as they will be smoking off arches once again here. And where the T's opting to go is the question. They still have a minute to play with, so I'd like to see them kind of go back maybe towards Banana and feel that out, as well, as they haven't had a lot of success at this A-bomb site, and this is one of the first rounds where they don't have a lot to worry about in terms of banana control. They've fallen back and played passive after that first op frag from Zitty. So now all 4 T's coming up, posted up in banana, and they are going to be smoking their way in. I believe you have a Molotov on Niels, so we'll see if he opts to drop it somewhere. Actually, the positioning, though, from Zitty and Downey wouldn't be one of those popular locations. Zitty with the first frag as he's playing from Spindles. We'll be able to get a second one. Downey will be able to clean up as well, and as much as that B-bomb site hasn't been tested very much, they're alive and well.
See, FM eSports, if they worked mid control, they got control of mid, and then they rotated everyone away. There was absolutely no presence there. And so Publiclir notices a ton of noise, and then absolute silence. And so that tells them that either they're setting up to do an execute on A, or they've fallen back and they're working a B, right? So they have one person push, and they get information, okay, there's no execute on A, you can start rotating over to B, and the B players get ready, and that's what happens. They need to keep someone controlling the positions that they've cleared, at least holding a presence there.
Now they find themselves only 2 rounds the difference. Publiclir, they have not lost a single round since Pistol. So huge for them, as they were only able to get 3 on their T side, but proving that that's all they needed. Now the T's forced to try and crack the puzzle, which is the CT side of Publiclir. They haven't been able to find anything that works. Here we go, though. Truck side pushes. Coming in with the Tech 9 play. Playing distance, though, and doing it very well are the CTs. Lincoln actually using one of their own guns against them. The Tech 9 in hand found a headshot with that, so Publiclir, they find their way through that round without losing anybody, and their economy is just almost maxed out at this point. They've got 3 players almost hitting 16K.
Yeah, FM opted to go with that eco there so that they could get the op on Mike S right now. So we'll see how he can utilize that, hopefully maybe against Lincoln at Banana, because that's the only place that they've seen the op. So maybe a boost over smoke if they're holding the bottom control.
Yeah, this is actually interesting because Zitty was the last one that was picking Banana with the op, and now they've swapped off, and Lincoln's going to be playing here. Yeah, here comes that boost, Mike S. His shoulder's going to be peeking out, but Lincoln, oh. See, the smoke, I could see his shoulder or like his elbow peek out, but again, GoTV smoke always a little bit different than what these guys are seeing in game, so I don't think he actually spotted them there, but his elbow did peek out for just a second.
Yeah, and Lincoln was watching that, so it's actually good that they didn't peek that.
Oh yeah, exactly. He would have been a goner, but they will live to see another moment in this round. Mike S now aggressively pushed up towards arch side. Zitty's gonna peek out, and that will be the frag that they need to open up, at least initially, towards this A bomb site. But getting aggressive, we can see that Experience is just waiting for some sort of noise. So he knows that they're moving up mid so he can peek out. Lincoln actually playing in CT spawn. Bit of an unorthodox angle. Does catch Windansky. Mike S still pushed up, and it's going to be Experience who's tested on Banana. He's only able to get one, though. So Lincoln now with his AWP has to come up pretty big, as it's going to be 2 frags and leaving him alone. And they're actually going to be coming towards the bomb site that he's playing at. So this is playing right into his hand. Only 10 seconds. He legs the bomb carrier as... Oh my goodness. He's going to push the smoke, and he will lose his life because of it. Lincoln's so close there. If he gets that first shot, if Niels doesn't get legged and just straight goes down, that could have definitely worked out for him.
He was like less than a half an inch through the smoke as well when he shot at him through the smoke. And if he had got that, he would have just fallen back and won the round based on time. But that was actually a great round. They worked a B split through arches once they got that pick. And Mike S held the rotates from A. And actually a great position. He hid behind the pillar and then peeked out once the guy already came out and wasn't looking at him. Great positioning by them.
FM finally able to get a round in, but they do not have enough money to drop this round, as you can see they've got 4,300 on Niels, so he will be able to have a little bit of money in his pocket if they drop this, but it all depends, obviously. If they get a bomb plant, they might be able to squeak something out, but Publiclir, they've now utilized their cushion. They cannot afford to drop any more rounds on their side either, as one more and FM would be clinching tie and overtime territory on match point. Spread out completely are the T's right now. Mike S scoped in, expecting someone to get aggressive down Banana, but they've actually only left one player at B for the CT side. Experience playing passively from sight. Lincoln will be playing from Speedway, and they will have an arch side play coming in. Zitty is going to be on the wrong side of the smoke. Windansky takes down Lincoln to open up the round, and this could be the opening they're looking for to grab a second round coming in. Zitty goes down as well. Off from Library. Might get flanked here as Niels, flicks around, finds the frag, makes this interesting. His Experience holding on the other side of the smoke in B, but only finds one. So a 2v2 situation as they're going to be planting towards construction. Cryptics and Mike S left in post-plant situation. Downey coming up from Banana. They've got all coming in from CT spawn. He's smoked off at truck, and you can see he's a little bit worried to push through this, but Downey already inside of sight, needs his teammate, and I guess from New Box will peek out, finds and one frag goes either direction. Now a 1v1 here. Mike S just trying to play the time. Downey with the kit in hand, but he won't be able to get it. Mike S comes up huge as he opened up that last round on Zitty on arch side, and then finds his way to a clutch to make it 15 rounds. Publiclir. The comeback was strong, but now they're fighting for overtime.
I guess it was a great decision to go for that op on Mike S, because they picked up the 2 subsequent rounds working through picks on him. And they did the same exact strat with it twice. They did a B split, and it worked, and then great individual play, great team play at the end there. Pop flash for his teammate there at the end for Mike S, and he peeked out with 3-10-9.
This aggressive Banana play, though, Experience able to get 2. Weber drops him thereafter. Lincoln still aggressively peeking, though, and he's actually running up with his AWP. Grabs a rifle instead. And he's actually going to utilize both of them here as he's kind of tossing them both back and forth. Downey with a frag on a Cryptics, and this is not looking so hot here. And look at the money situation for the T side. They are not going to have a lot of money if they drop this round. It is a 2v4. But looking a little bit bleak as that unexpected Banana pressure worked out great.
Yeah, they just switched it up and caught him off guard.
Now Weber trying to utilize a boost from Niels, and they're actually going to be flashing their way in to Banana here. No one aggressively peeking out from the CT side. They're playing just 2 at each bomb site are the CTs. Zitty and Lincoln in charge of bomb site B. Zitty drops an incendiary, and we'll see if Weber can get any aggressive pick here, as he does have a smoke grenade out. Looks like he will be smoking off CT side, so a little bit of information that this certainly could be a B-side play, considering there's only 15
running out
seconds.
of time, yeah.
Yeah, they've got to go for this, and now Neil's actually left in a situation where I'd like to see him pick up this AWP and try and save this possibly, but he's actually just going to keep his AK in hand and head towards T-spawn.
Yeah, Publiclir noticed that they were doing a lot of B splits, and so what that does is there's going to be a few people up mid and a couple people at the bottom of Banana. So it's actually a favorable push because they know that they're not going to run into the entire team at the bottom of Banana if they're running the same strat, which is the only strat that's worked against them. So they're thinking on their feet, they're countering FM. It'll be great if this goes to overtime. I'd love to see more rounds on this map.
Me as well. Definitely Inferno's been a tight battle here, as looks like a Banana side play for the T side, and they're going to fall right into this crossfire, though. They're able to get one. Lincoln with 2 for himself finally goes down to Cryptics. So 3 players entering into this B bomb site. Smoked off. Needs to go through construction. They've smoked off Spindle as well. So they should be able to get this plant down safely and grab good post-plant positions. Got decent rifles on the field, as all 3 of them now equipped. Zitty and coming in from construction. Downey from front sight. You can see that. Yeah, my guess down to 4 HP here, and here we go. Retake coming in. That incendiary could spell disaster, but it actually doesn't land in the mark they were hoping for. Niels, though, left in a 1v3. CT's able to get those first frags. Niels, though, with 2, and Zitty trying to just hold this defuse, and he goes down. Oh my god.
Wow.